sent my wife home with a 50-pound slab of prime rib. You believe that? He likes my beef jerky, and he said, is there any way you can make beef jerky a little more, he goes, I like it on the soft side. I said, yeah, well, either I can tenderize the eye roast or get a better grade of meat. So I'm going to do another beef jerky video. This one's a little different. The meat's different, and this is sweet and spicy beef jerky. I like my beef jerky sweet, you know what I mean? Like almost sticky, not, you know, not too sweet. So, you know, we're just going to do it over again, and it really ain't much different than my other beef jerky video, but we're using prime rib this time instead of eye roast. Now the thing with the prime rib is, beef jerky's worst enemy is fat. You don't want a lot of fat in it, because if there's the fatty parts, if they're not dehydrated all the way, it could get rancid. So what you want to do is, the problem with the prime rib, as you can see, you'll see all the marbleization. You got a lot of fat trimming to do. I mean, you can leave some fat in there. You can't get it all out, but you want to get as much as you can off with the knife. So that's what I got to do to that. So I got to prepare that. That's about a 3-pound hunk. So the ingredients for this and the measurements is for about a 3-pound hunk of beef, whatever you want to use. But if you can get prime rib, I already made a batch, and it came out, I would say, twice as good as the eye roast batch. So this is the prime rib batch. Just made my brother a big batch, sent him a big bag of it, and now I'm going to do another 2 or 3 pound section for the family. I still got about 3 other ones in the refrigerator. Hey man, when you see a girl with a nice ass walking up your walk with a 50-pound slab of prime rib under her arm, Jesus, a happy day, right? That's what happened. So, and she said, this is from your brother for Easter, and I just want to thank him. Thank you, Phil, for the roast. And let's start the video. Just want to show you what I'm carrying today. I don't know if you can see my, man, look at that. Here's some prime rib. It's far from prime though. My Springfield XD subcompact 40. She's a great gun to carry, I'll tell you right now. Very comfortable. I've been to the diner, been all over the place today, and I told you before, you guys, about the XD subs. They're one of the most comfortable carrying guns there is. I don't know why, they just are. Alright, so here's what you're going to need. Let me back up a little. You're going to need, let's go over this real quick, and I'll give you the measurements as we go. Brown sugar, garlic powder, hot pepper flakes because it's sweet and spicy, right? A container of soy sauce. I use La Choy, whatever. This works good. Onion powder. Okay. Honey. That'll give you some more. The honey gives you the candy, sticky, you know, texture, which is good. And Worcestershire sauce. This is the brand you'll find mostly in your supermarket. It works good. And Wright's Hickory Seasoning. It's liquid smoke, it's called. You need that. And black pepper. A lot of black pepper. Alright, I trimmed it up a little bit, you know, and you're going to have to trim as you go because the fat runs all through this prime rib. But it's worth all the work because it's so tender. It comes out so good. And what you want to do is, if you want it to be real tender, you want to cut the meat the opposite way the grain is. So if the grain's going this way, you want to cut it this way. So when you get the beef jerky and you're breaking it apart, when it's done, it'll pull apart real easy. So that's what you want to do. So I can see the grains going this way, so I'm just going to cut like 1/8 inch strips like that. And as you cut them, you can see the fat will separate itself, and you can pull the fat out of there. So it kind of takes longer with this kind of meat because it's not lean. But I'm telling you, well, that was a little thick, that one. I'm telling you, man, for best results though, get yourself a prime rib. My brother pretty much said, hey, what if you use prime rib? So he came up with the idea, and he was right. So that's all I'm going to do for the whole thing. Is going to cut this up real thin. You don't want thick. You want all the pieces to be almost the exact same width. Now my dehydrator, I have a pretty good one, so this will be done like after it's marinated. It has to marinate for at least 24 hours. But after my dehydrator, once it's dehydrated, it's done in like 2.5 to 3 hours. Now some of them take long. See how the fat just separates the meat, and you can just cut the fat off as you go, like that. Like I said, there can be some fat in there. You can't get it all out. But that's the way it goes. You know? No pain, no gain. So this is what I'm going to do. And I'm just going to keep doing this. And then I'll show you how to make the marinade, which is the key. The whole thing to this. Okay? Alright? That's all I got so far. Alright, we'll be back. Alright, just to give you an idea how much fat is on a prime rib. Look at that. Almost half. You know? This is all fat I cut out of here. And there's still some little bits in there, but that's fine. This is how you want it. You want it as lean as you can be. And all the fat you have to remove. Look at that. So if you get a 3-pound prime rib, you might get a half a pound of fat, almost 3/4 of a pound of fat. You're going to trim off it. But if you want for best results, you got to use the high quality meat. Now you could do the same thing I'm doing here today with an eye roast, and there's barely any fat on an eye roast. There's like a little thin wrap of fat around an eye roast, but you trim the outside and you're done. Prime rib, it's all through it, so it takes long. It took forever to do this. Okay, I'm done my meat. Now I'm going to make the marinade, and that's the important thing. And I'll show you all the measurements and all that jazz. Alright, hold on. I got my friggin' mixing bowl. Actually, I use that for cereal too, you believe that? I'll dump half a box of friggin' Fruit Loops in that thing. And remember, Captain Crunch with half and half. Or if you don't know what half and half is, coffee creamer. Oh yeah, it's good. Alright, here's the measurements, okay? You want a real clove of garlic, like this. And you can put garlic powder too, but you need a lot of flavor. Real clove of garlic. And you need 2/3 cups of Worcestershire sauce. 2/3 cups, okay? And I want to say 3 tablespoons of honey. But season to your taste. If you like it sweet, put a little more in there. 3 tablespoons of honey. 2 teaspoons of ground pepper. 2 heaping teaspoons, okay? Ground pepper. 2 teaspoons of onion powder. Okay? 2 teaspoons of that. And a teaspoon of liquid smoke. 1 teaspoon. This stuff's really strong, so just 1 teaspoon is enough. I tried 1.5 one time, it was too much. 1 teaspoon of that. It's really concentrated. And of course, hot pepper flakes, seasoned to how hot you want it. And a little garlic powder. Just put a little bit in there, just so the garlic gets more in there. And most importantly, for this recipe, brown sugar. You want to put 2 big heaping tablespoons of brown sugar. Okay? That's it. There's your measurements. Now I'm going to start getting it all together, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. When the marinade's done. Alright? See you right in a minute. I don't remember me saying soy sauce. Did I? 2/3 cups of soy sauce too. Okay? Alright. Now I'll be back. I'm getting ready to put my garlic in. This is a little trick I do because you get more flavor out of it. Instead of chopping the garlic up and mincing it, use a cheese grater like this. See this? Your garlic, and It makes it more juicy, you know. Just so you don't cheese grate your fingernails off. Yeah. See that? You throw it all in there. Man, that smells good. The garlic, the combination of the garlic and the Worcestershire, oh my God. And the soy sauce together, whew, it is kicking ass. It smells so good. Kicking ass. Okay, now, I just did it all. You know, I didn't want to do everything on camera because I don't want the video to be like, you know, an episode of Frasier. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? J-Rock, that dude kills me. Alright, wait a minute, I gotta sneeze. I think pepper went up my nose. Hold on. God, mama! Okay, I turned my head, I promise. Now, you need one of these wispy things, because when you put the honey in it, it goes to the bottom and it sits there like a friggin', like it just sits there, okay? Now before I do that, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get this brown sugar. And this is what makes it really good, the brown sugar. I say two tablespoons, but you really, brown sugar is not as sweet as white sugar, okay? So, I don't know. That's probably 2 tablespoons. That's a lot, okay? That's about how much I put in there. And now you use this to stir it real good. Alright? And we're going to marinate the meat at least 24 hours. The longer you marinate it, I don't know if you can over marinate, you know what I'm saying? But the longer you marinate it, probably the better. I usually do 24 hours, so I figure it's going to be marinating by 12:15. So 24 hours from there. Now you want to taste it with your pinky. I just want to make sure it's sweet enough and it's hot enough. You could use cayenne pepper too if it's not hot enough for you. That shit kicks it up. I think it would be a little sweeter. But I'm not going to put more brown sugar. I'd rather add honey. So let's put a little bit more honey. Damn. Whoa, almost knocked the whole friggin' thing over. The reason really you need to whisk is that honey, man. Because it really separates everything real good. This is good beef jerky, I'm telling you, you're going to like this. There you go. That's perfect. It's nice and sweet and it's hot. And it tastes like garlic. Alright, now, what I'm going to do differently that I did, instead of marinating it in a bowl, I'm going to marinate it in a bag. Like a freezer bag. Because when you marinate it in a freezer bag, it covers the meat more and it gets in between everything, and you can get the freezer bag, take it out and flip it over and, you know, work it in there. Sometimes when you marinate it in a bowl, the bottom marinates real good, the top don't marinate real good, so put it in a freezer bag and then put it in the refrigerator for 24 hours. Alright, I'm going to get it in the freezer bag and I'll show you that. Another little trick before I go to the freezer bag. This is brown sugar. The problem with brown sugar is the humidity makes it about as hard as E-Bombi's head. It gets as like hard as a rock. If you want to stop that, what you do is you put a piece of bread in there with the brown sugar, and it keeps the moisture from getting in the brown sugar, and it keeps the brown sugar soft. I mean, this piece of bread's been in there forever. You know, and it don't get green, it don't get, see this? Alright, you got brown sugar, throw a piece of bread in there, plastic on the top, and your brown sugar will not get hard anymore. It works. Alright, let's get the shit in the bag. Alright, I got the friggin' jerk in the bag. Jerk in the bag. Sounds like a disposable porno system. Like you go up to a machine, put a quarter in, get a jerk in the bag, and then you throw it away. Just kidding here. Alright, shut up. Alright, I got the meat in there. I'm going to keep doing this, and I'm going to try to get as much air out of the bag as I can. seal the bag up to here, and then all the air will piss out in this corner. Like that. Okay. That's as much air as I can get out of it. Now I'll seal it. And I'll do those and just, now you can, Eric likes this part. You can really massage it, get all the garlic in there, all the flavor in there, and man, this is just going to sit till tomorrow. So tomorrow around 1 o'clock or well, 12 o'clock, and then we're going to put it in the dehydrator. Okay, just like that. Oh yeah, what's up? Isn't that beautiful? There it is. Sweet and spicy beef jerky with prime rib. And it will go in the refrigerator. Tomorrow we'll put it in the dehydrator, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. Show you where to set the dehydrator and all that if I remember. You know, I have memory pills, but I keep forgetting to take them. I'll see you guys. Yo dudes. Alright, there's Lucy Love laying on the floor trying to look as sexy as she can. Sorry, it's not working. You're not getting another treat. And you know what she's doing right there? She's laying in front of the heater vent. That's what she's doing. Dogs like the heat. Here's the last stage of the beef jerky. And I just want to show you the machine I have. This is the machine I got. I didn't put the lid on yet. I'll show you that in a minute. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 trays. And I think you can buy trays and add more trays. I want to find out about that. If you can, then I can make more at one time. But right now this machine will make about 2 to 3 pounds of jerky at once at one time. So there it is. You lay it in there like that. Spread them out nice and flat. Okay, and I'll put this lid on. The only thing I don't like about this machine, it doesn't have an on-off switch. I don't know why. It don't. And it costs a lot of money. This is a really good one. You want to put it on the highest it can go, 160 degrees, because it tells you right here, right there, it says jerky, 160 degrees, and all you do is plug it in and it starts running. There, that's it. It's ready to go. And then when it's done, I could probably check it in about 2 hours. So it's 12:39. I'll check it in 2 hours and show you what it looks like when it's done. I wanted to get a range video in this week, but it's really been windy. I mean, every day, windy, like wind. And how windy? Like windier than Mr. 45 Bullets boxers. But you know, my range, I can't go in the wind. Not if you want to shoot 10 yards, you can't. It's either you shoot 20 yards or 25 yards, and I don't want to shoot like that because the gun I'm bringing is little 3-inch barrel subcompact. It's for up close self-defense. We are going to start shooting further though. I did promise you guys that. All right, man. See you in a couple seconds. Alright, it's been about 2.5 hours. Probably take the thin ones out, leave the thicker ones in. And I'll show you what they look like. There they are. Now I'm looking at that. It's too soft right now. It's not done yet. Probably this one's going to take another hour. Let's just show you what it looks like when it's done. It's looking good. Looking good. That's it, guys. That's you know, you want it to be like pretty stiff. You know what I mean? If it's floppy like that, it's just not done yet. So it's been in there for 2 hours. So that's about right. It takes normally about 3 hours to do this amount of beef jerky. All right, guys. Hope you liked the video. Hope you let me know how yours comes out. All right. This is what is this? Sweet, hot, and spicy. This is my favorite flavor. See ya.